Yeah, I suppose this is part two, isn't it? It's 3:13 in the afternoon still for Monday, the 29th of July, 2024, at Weaver Jam City, Roseman, California. Ooh. Yeah, I was trying to do the Diary of the Griever named John Weaver, which is me, but I'm not feeling that way. Still trying to get my anxiety level down, and I was talking about memories kicking my ass, the last portion of the video. And the kicking my ass was remembering trips I took. I believe somebody out there liked it when I started using Google Maps. Back to it again, I guess. Starting off in the San Fernando Valley, that little speck right above Los Angeles. From there, as I was trying to explain, I was taking trips outside the state of California in my lifetime, also in my youth. There were camping trips I'd taken, um, different portions, if I remember correctly. Let's see, was I? Can you? No, I was just trying to remember something. That's all. Elementary school, no trips taken. Okay. Oh, I got into junior high. Okay. Yeah, my brother didn't take me camping at that young age. No, no hikes either. Okay. But in junior high, I did. Ninth grade. Did I go anywhere else? Oh, the brain's fuzzy. Fuzzy, 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 fuzzy. Anyway, we took a trip. We did. And we were going to be seeing, I think, Schweitzer Falls in Angeles National Forest. Let me see that one. Tahunga. Well, the trail. Okay, yeah, that was it. Oh, good lord, that was it. And that was a trip to walk on. Oh, boy. In junior high, we were getting trained for a camping trip for a week, but this was going to be a backpacking trip for 3 days. We were heading out to see Schweitzer Falls and then coming back. At one point in our trip, one point in the roads, we stopped to do a mile camp. We were going to be seeing the waterfalls. I'm just trying to see on Google Maps where the Sam Blaze it is. Because I have no location where the hell it is. I see the trails, but I need to see the falls. I need to see the gorge. I mean, it was like a 3 mile trip that we took. It's really a 5 mile trip by the way it went. And we hiked. I hiked a great deal in the trails. I remember that much. Went off the main road, dropped off, then Cedar Overlook. Was that it? No, that wasn't it. Jeez. Yeah, because somewhere out there was a waterfall that we went to, saw it, and then we went back to the trail to get to the bus and get the hell home. But there was a couple of times that we actually camped in different areas. I could tell you one thing, I was very harsh when it came down for my backpack. I mean, I borrowed one from one of the science teachers. He had several. I picked one because the backpack I picked was my that I brought over was my brother's backpack with a lot of stuff on it, but not the stuff that I really needed. If I stayed overnight, or actually, if I had stayed after school, I probably would have learned something, but I didn't. I should have. I would have found out what I needed and got the stuff, but we didn't, so we scrounged. We scrounged. But it was a hell of a thing to go through, I'll tell you that much. Discovered how much I hated walking during those days, too. But the backpack still remained the same. I mean, in one piece, and then I brought it back into the classroom, and the damn thing fell apart. I mean, it fell right off the frame. I could see the look in his face saying, "Get out." I got out real fast. I think I avoided that teacher for a few days. Oh, I didn't want to talk about it. Science Stand Booster Club. Patrick Henry Junior High. Oh, back in the days of LA Unified School District. And Granada Hills. On San Jose, right by Devonshire. Actually, Devonshire and San Jose area. But the trip to the Grand Canyon, boys and girls, that I stayed for. That I had to get the information for. And that they put it in paperwork that I can actually read. Because this one was going to be it. This one was going to be it. We'd pile into two commuter buses. They're charters. This one I sat all the way in the back. Everyone's in the front. They had their own little cliques and gangs. And me, I was one row behind the adult chaperones. And I had two chairs all by myself. So, one chair next to the window, that was my sleeping area, and then the other one next to me was stuff I put stuff in. And I was close to a restroom when I needed it. When a kid needs to pee, he needs to pee. Just don't try doing the crapping. But yes, we did our trip. We traversed. We had to traverse all the way through San Bernardino. And we kept going through the areas. I think I barely remembered it. Where the hell was Baker at? Where the hell is Baker at? There's Blythe. Where the hell's Baker at, damn it? Colorado. I want Baker. Where the... Because Baker almost came close to Laughlin. I remember we stopped at Baker. No. Scratch. Barstow. Right. 15. I remember the gas stop we actually had, and we went into a restaurant. It was along the way. We had our first meal. Took us about 2 or 3 hours, but we had our meal. We either had roast beef or we had turkey. Take your pick. Of course, you had mashed potatoes and vegetables and gravy. And your choice of drink. But they made arrangements for this particular place that closed up decades ago. I liked that place, too. Had a gift shop. I bought a couple of magazines, and I bought a book and a magazine over there. He kept rereading the stuff all the way through back then and back. I mean, we could have done bird searches, but that would have been something, you know. But from Barstow, let's find out where the hell the damn thing's at. There's Baker. Right to Barstow. Baker's for another time, another trip on that one. But Barstow we wanted to go through. Because where we're going to be going, I need to get it off the damn terrain here. There we go. That's what I need to locate. See, I need to see state boundaries where the Sam Hill we were at. We didn't go through Laughlin. We didn't go through Kingsman. But if we did, we missed it entirely on that one. We didn't go through Baker. We went through Barstow. And we went through Yermo. And somewhere in that area, that's where we stopped off at camping in California border before we crossed into Arizona. Barstow is where we had our meal, and not Baker. Barely remembered the place too. So it was the 40. I remember when we stopped, it was a campground that we went to. I think it was in Arizona. Yeah, area, Indian reservation area. Needles. Yeah, drop off point. Jump off point. Had to have been in the border area. Okay, what were we looking at? This was years ago, I know. It was just. It would take us about 3 or 4 hours just to get to the Arizona border. But there was a campground we stopped at. I'm just not quite sure where the hell we stopped at. Because we were back on the road. What I'm doing is trying to look at some of the landscape in the area. And everything had changed. That's what I was trying to find. Because I know we were in a forested area. So it had to be past all the desert region. Walnut Creek. Oh crap. Wait. Oak Creek Park was one thing. Walnut Creek was a stopover. Where the hell's the other one at? We stopped at that point. Had to been Needles. Let me see something here. Oh, that's all flat. Oh man, that's just depressing as hell. Decades passed by, and I remember a park area that we stopped at. And unfortunately, that park area is gone. Because I can't seem to find the darling there. Rest areas. We stopped 2 buses to do a camp out overnight. Because the next day we actually had eggs and bread for breakfast. Here's Yucca. Yucca Proving Grounds. Oh, God bless it. Oh, Yucca Flats. Radioactive territory there. But I'm still trying to. Okay, put it back over to the layers again. Let me see where the hell we are. Here we are. Kingman, Arizona. Ashford, Williams, Flagstaff, Sedona. Where the hell was it at? Oak Creek and Walnut Creek. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, layers on that one. Son of a bitch. Walnut Creek, yeah, but it was a lot of communities. Things have changed so much since my travels that I no longer recognize the landscapes. I don't. Part of the area of getting through Arizona, you either pick out Kingman and go through tourist area, or you don't. I don't even remember it at all. Kingman I do because my family had been through it once. Actually decades later, trying to see um, certain portions that you would see by Lake Havasu. A lot of fun to be a travel just to see it and go right back home, in my adult life. But as a kid, we were still traveling. We were going to be seeing the Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon National Park. But in order to get there, There were a few places we had to go to, including we stopped at Flagstaff, camped there for a night. Truxton, Hempay, Summit, Crockton, Chino Valley. I know we were in a Wapatki area, and we were in Apache territory. But we did travel through the 40 to get to Flagstaff. Flagstaff, Arizona actually had a Northern Arizona University out there, and we went to the university over there to learn about Sunset Crater that we're going to be visiting one other day. Oak Creek Park we went to. Walnut Creek Park we went to. I want to see something. Oak Creek. Oak Creek. Oak Creek Canyon. That's what I want to see. Alrighty, layer that up. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. And there she is. One of the campsites we went to was near a river. If I had... well before they had the redevelopment. I mean, this was well before. We stopped at a campsite and we were supposed to be close to a water source. They're teaching us potamology. They were teaching us a few things at nighttime, including astronomy. Somebody pulled out the portable telescope and we were seeing some stuff. Sleeping out there was a pain in the ass, but we slept there. That was one of the campsites. I forgot what the hell we had for breakfast. I think it was eggs again and bread. Cake can get hungry, I'll take it that much. 2 eggs just don't feed them as much. But they had redeveloped this area out of a park. And they probably took out the lake or the stream that they actually had in the area for Oak Creek. Oak Creek Canyon. God, I feel old. No, I do feel old. I mean, after looking at some of the stuff I'm seeing right now on Google Maps, I'm feeling that old. Got cabins in the area. We didn't have 11 cabins. We lived outside the damn cabins. There's just no lake or anything else for that matter. Said before, things have changed throughout the decades on this one. Yeah. Okay, Oak Creek. And then we had to get out of there to get to Walnut Creek. Sedona Village. Where would we go? Scenic Route. Let's Park. Katana Village. Pine Canyon. We didn't go to Pine Canyon. But we probably went through there because I know we went to Lowell Observatory to use that. Where the hell was Oak Creek? It's always before that. And there was also Sunset Crater. Okay. What else was it? Walnut Creek. Oh, Oak Creek Park. Okay, wait. Sunset Crater. Give me a second. There she is. Okay. Get me layers on this one. Here we go. Now, lava trail in this one here. Had to go through that area there. And was there any other? No, we had to do Walnut Creek. We had to visit some stuff. Gray Mountain Bible Church. Wait. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me on this one. Please tell me this is the one I thought. I remember there was a church buried into a mountain. Into a mountain hill. Just wasn't quite sure where that Samuel was. It's not it. Mountain Maintenance Yard. Bible Church. Yeah, well, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Ugh. Oh, that ticks me off sometimes. There was a church I saw that was created out of rock. It was created out of rock. And it was in Arizona. I just don't know where the Samuel was. I know we hiked some cliff sides to see an ancient, was it Apache or I wasn't quite sure the tribes out there that we saw it. Oh, we did see some stuff. Give me a second. I gotta put you on pause. Sometimes the memory goes a bit where it traveled at. It's been a long. There was a couple of Indian reservations I'd seen along the way. And not to mention the Painted Desert of Arizona. The one area that really got me in trouble was Sunset Crater. We were warned when we went over to Northern Arizona University, went into the geology department. We were warned by staff, and then we were warned by people on the bus, and then we were warned by everybody over there that for a long while back then, there was a lot of people taking souvenirs off the crater. But then again, there was a lot of lava samples over the thing anyway. But while we were doing a bit of a trail, and I was seeing all these things that lava had created, a bit of geology we were learning. I had taken 2 samples, kept them with me, didn't tell them anybody until we went over to the Grand Canyon campsite. I got KPA duty that night. I had to clean up the pots and pans. But I think it was well worth it during that time because I did learn something about the area. And they had changed this place so much throughout the decades. I mean, people make changes to their visitor stations and everything else. But for the crater itself, there was no way in hell they were going to be allowing us to climb up this monster just to see it. But I saw it. An old volcano. An old volcano. The landscape that we drove through just to see it. And also to see an Indian Wapatki? I mean, it was Oak Creek, I think we saw. Or not, Waller Creek a long time ago. Campground. Oak Creek was supposed to be the cliff sides that ancient living areas for Apaches and stuff. And it was breathtaking. Okay, we were in Hopi territory when it came down for the Sunset Crater. Now, let me tell you something. There's a lot of Indian nations in there. There's a lot of Indian tribes. And one really has to keep themselves in line. Finally, we went over to see the Grand Canyon, and I saw it. I looked at it, and I said, "Okay, now what?" The majesty of Grand Canyon does things to a lot of people who are not used to that. We rolled in at night, got our stuff out. We're in the southern rim, I think. I'm just trying to see where the village was because we had parked in a park area and camped out. And we had taken private tours during daytime. And at nighttime, we were allowed to go to certain areas after we were seeing a special theater about it, telling us all about it. They have changed that area and made it into a residential and a living area. It's not even funny. But what I'm trying to look for is not the visitors. What I'm looking for is the thing that looks down into the canyon itself, into the river itself. That's what one needs to look at is the river. Or just how deep, very deep that canyon is. Maps can only show you so much, but you would have to go see this monster for yourself. What I'm trying to do is trying to get a location where the hell we were, because it overlooked it. We were at an area where we had a presentation, and then outside the presentation, there is guardrails. So the kids were like, "Oh, well, I can't see anything." No, you had to stand there. You had to stand there at night, close your eyes, listen, and feel. And at that point, I felt how immense it was, how old it was. It was as if maybe I was in commune with it. It was very, very moving on that one. And on the far end of it, there would be other lights, but it wasn't well lit except for our area. But the kids were like, during the daytime, they would see it, take a tram ride, get as much information they can to share with everybody else. But I stood in front of that canyon. I've seen other canyons. I've been through other canyons. Some of them actually intrigued me, but they didn't. They didn't inspire me somehow. I wish I could have kept those samples of the rocks. I'll tell you that much. I lost them. It sucked because they told a story of a volcano that was and slept afterwards. And this was immense, powerful, deep, scary. The canyon. The canyon told another story. If anybody happened to believe in the spirits, or actually in the stories of spirits inhabiting areas like that, I'd believe them. I was in a village looking down, but not just looking down, just standing there. I'm holding onto the railing. My eyes are closed, I'm listening, but I'm feeling. And for a brief time, I was connected to it, I think. Old. Next day we did our tourist situation. We packed up our trash and left our home. Trips like that you keep in the back of your head. No matter how much the landscape changes on you, you hold on to those memories because they're the ones that matter the most. It's been decades. It's been since the 80s, so it's been a long time. People will go to Vegas and have a good time and see the lights and stuff. I saw Vegas. I wasn't improved. I wasn't impressed with it as much. Been through a time when I actually had Grateful Dead finishing their last concert out there. Vegas doesn't do anything, people. When I went to Arizona and saw the stuff I did, somehow you had to give it respect. Somehow you got to give it some of those territories the respect it deserved. Because this is the territory that you go into and see it and feel it. Yeah, maybe I'm too much of an oldie fuddy duddy at this point over here, but man, it was something. It was something. That being said, that being said,